Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I am Skylar James, and today we're going to be talking about investing in grass. No, I'm not talking about cannabis, but rather a stock play on a chemical company that helps grow millions of acres of America's turf grass. When trying to hone in on an investment, it's important to understand what a business does before investing in it. I try to invest in companies with significant upside drivers that can be easily understood. And I found that if I can't explain a business's value proposition, then maybe I don't know it well enough to invest in it. So stay tuned to find out why I'm choosing to invest in grass. Today I've got 3 easy to understand practical reasons why I'm excited to own shares of Scott's Miracle Gro. 2 of the reasons involve kind of old school businesses that you may know little about. I didn't, at least until I peeled back a few layers of sod, and there were some very compelling investment opportunities down below. And the 3rd reason I own shares of Scott's Miracle Gro is what I'm calling simply the future. You'll see, this is not your grandfather's grass seed company anymore. I used to think Scott's Miracle Gro was a company that mainly existed to sell lawn fertilizer. But how much lawn can there really be? And is this a sustainable business for Scott's Miracle Gro? Let's think about all the lawns in the United States. Mentally put them together in one location, laid flat, all butted up next to each other. How big would that be? Think about it for a second and take a guess. If you guessed 41 million acres, you're very talented and you are correct. So 41 million acres, or about 2% of the surface of the continental US, is actually lawns, green grass lawns. Let me try to illustrate just how much grass that actually is. So the continental US is 1.9 billion acres in total. Take a look at a globe to see how big that is, because it's kind of hard to wrap your brain around how big that is. 2% of that is lawns. So 2% doesn't sound like a lot, but it's actually equal to 41 million acres. Now let's try and quantify how big 41 million acres is. Let's put it in context with national parks. Many people have been to, say, the Everglades or Grand Canyon, Yellowstone, Yosemite. You're driving through, they're massive parks. If you were to take the largest national parks, the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, so the 12 largest national parks in America, combine them into one, that is how much acreage is equal to 41 million acres. Lawns are so common, but they are so finicky. They require watering, weeding, feeding, tender love and care, and most of the time, lawns still look like crap. The weeds look great, the grass looks brown. Then comes the judgment from your neighbors. Hey Skylar, those dandelions are getting the better of you, huh? Grass looks brown, Skylar. Do you want to borrow a hose? I have been watering it, Cynthia. To fix this, we rush to the store and spend money on grass fertilizer and weed killer and whatever else my lawn needs to not be dead. My neighbors do too. Cynthia's buying Turf Builder, Doug buys Turf Builder. We're in this arms race, me against my neighbors, making sure that each of our lawns looks better than the other. Because my grass defines me, defines my character, my trustworthiness as a neighbor. I don't know, but all I know is that I want my lawn to be green. There's actually a strong psychological reason behind this. We're all trying to proverbially keep up with the pack, and we do this through what psychologists call conspicuous consumption or wealth signaling. We want our lawn to be greener than the next guy's lawn. In order to win, you'd want to use the best product out there, right? That's Scott's Miracle Gro. A study by the University of Florida found that 69% of respondents use Scott's Miracle Gro products exclusively on their lawn. The next nearest brand was only bought 20% of the time. So that's the first reason I chose to buy shares of Scott's Miracle Gro, for their dominance in lawn care. Now, these two maps tell a very compelling story. Look at the population density on the right, turf grass coverage on the left. The darker areas are more grass or more people. And immediately you notice that the more grass occurs where people are more likely to be living in close quarters. The competition of keeping up with a nice lawn only gets more intense as the plots of land get smaller and more people are around for us to keep up with. And Scott's Miracle Gro has a much bigger market than just grass. This is the second reason I bought Scott's Miracle Gro, for its dominance in big box centers and the access to their urban and suburban ideal consumers. Here's what a trip to the garden center at Home Depot or Lowe's looks like. I walk up to the garden center and outside I'm greeted by young vegetable plants ready for purchase. They're 8-inch tall, say tomatoes. These are produced by Bonnie's Plants. That company was acquired by Scott's Miracle Gro last year. I buy a few. Everybody loves a good backyard grown tomato. I pass by bags of garden soil by Scott's Miracle Gro, compost by Scott's Miracle Gro, fertilizer for my flowers by Scott's Miracle Gro. Anything and everything that helps me outdoor the Joneses next door, you guessed it, we turn to Scott's Miracle Gro. Almost any gardening I want to do, Scott's Miracle Gro not only has a product, but the market leading product. And that is why they make so much money. And what a time to be in the garden business. In the midst of an economic recovery, stimulus payments, and a booming housing market, Scott's Miracle Gro's sales are at all-time highs and growing like weeds. Yes, pun intended. Now for the third reason I bought shares of Scott's Miracle Gro. It's because of the future. They're set to be one of the biggest beneficiaries of legal cannabis. Wait, so we are talking about that kind of grass now. Wow. Their cannabis division is called Hawthorne Gardening, which Scott's Miracle Gro acquired several years ago. I say cannabis division, but it's kind of interchangeably called hydroponics or indoors division. But realistically, cannabis is probably where most of the demand is coming from. Hawthorne as a whole accounts for 41% of Scott's Miracle Gro total revenue. And just like the garden center at Home Depot, Scott's Miracle Gro has a whole stable of signature brands specific to cannabis cultivation. And they are among the most commonly used products in cannabis cultivation today. They offer specialized soils, high-grade fertilizers, and powerful grow lights to cannabis cultivators. Even outside their exclusive brands, they are a high-volume distributor of other vital cannabis growing equipment. These items are more expensive by orders of magnitude compared to what is sold in Home Depot. This Gavita Pro 1700E LED is among the finest indoor grow lights available today, and it retails for $1,600 for a light. Big farms have thousands of plants and need hundreds of these lights, not to mention soil and nutrients, and of course, they're gonna wanna use the best. In fact, on the most recent earnings call, these expensive grow lights were cited as the fastest sales growth at Hawthorne. They were up 126% year over year. Scott's Miracle Gro is making a lot of green on the cannabis side already, and the plant isn't even federally legal. Hawthorne gardening sales are growing at 70% annually. Legalization would be a huge tailwind for Scott's Miracle Gro. It means many new indoor farms opening up around the country, buying lots of Gavita Pro LEDs. It could also mean cutting out the middleman and selling directly to cannabis farmers, and thereby fattening Scott's Miracle Gro's margins even further. Scott's Miracle Gro could be one of the biggest winners of cannabis legalization. Consider cannabis the new kind of gardening. With outsized market share, premier category products, and access to the greenest sector, Scott's Miracle Gro is poised to be a high-growth value stock. These are the 3 reasons why I'm excited to own shares of Scott's Miracle Gro.